So one of the things with this online courses I'm doing, I was going to do them in person, as I was saying earlier. So actually going to make some stands for locks. So difference between Locksport picking and Covert entry picking in a way is the angles. So a lot of Locksport, with Locksports, either pick it in your hand where it's nice and comfortable, or picking in a vise at the right angle, the right lighting and everything like that. It's completely different to real world picking, because you're not going to come up to a lock on a door that's on a perfect angle like this that you can attack from. It's straight, there's stuff in the way, so you have to learn to manipulate your picking and change to fit the actual angle, the way you got to pick that lock in particular. Door frame could be in the way, you could have, you know, fancy stuff on the door, whatever it may be. It's not going to be as easy to pick or as comfortable to pick as picking in a vise. That's why a mate of mine up on Instagram always says, get comfortable being uncomfortable. And, you know, Unsensitive Tactical will say the same thing. If you wanted to get more into covert entry stuff, start picking locks. Have a padlock on a chain and try and hold it up with a chain pulling down on it, trying to pick. Pick in the dark, pick in the wet, you know. Have your locks on an angle, pick blind, all this stuff. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, because not every situation you come into is going to be perfect. You know, it's the angle the door's on. It could be stuff in the way, obstacles, you know, you got to pick around. And all this stuff, it's all a part of training. So I'm actually going to be making, kind of like Bob, my board of brutality, like this one here. Ugh. So kind of like Bob, I'm going to have some mounts like this with a handle, knob set and a deadbolt in there as well, because it's more realistic picking it straight up kind of thing. So I've got some wood. I'm going to actually start making these. I hope I've got enough for about 3. I'm really hoping I've got enough for about 3. I can do 3 of the boards, maybe 4 if I really push it. I might even install one of the combination locks on there for that bypass. So I'll get into measuring, I'll work something out, and we'll come back and have a look in a second. I'll show you the board anyway. So, yeah, nice thick board, piece of pine, so you know if it's right around, it's not going to damage. I'll measure it out, I'll cut, and then for the base, I'm just going to use an off-cut sitting there, that white board. Make bases using that from leftovers from when I put the toolboxes in the back of the ute. So we're going to have, you know, use what's sitting there, no waste in that regards. Recycling, and yeah, I'll get to it. Then I can show you that jig as well that I bought, the cheap one for installing locks. We can use that to drill the wood. So be back soon. Alright, so I've got it all measured out. They're 31 centimeters tall each one, so it should be enough room to mount a knob set at the top of the board, and I'm just using these for examples. Deadbolt underneath that. Like that, and then the base plate down here. Should be enough for people to learn to pick on, kind of thing. Should work. Fingers crossed. So I believe it's measure once, cut twice. Sounds about right. I'll get cut. Alright, so now, shit. Fizz. Just got the drop saw out. So I got me, it's not too bad today. Got my drop saw out of the little shed. It's buried, of course, right in the back. Now I can cut all these, make sure they're perfectly straight. And I can get to mounting and making up some boards for training, so be back. Right, so I've cut my 4 boards. I'll cut my board into 4 pieces. So I've got 4 31 centimeter long boards. I've got the white malachite sheet there. chipboard, what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure that both ways, divide it into 4, cut that into 4 pieces, and then I can actually screw those boards onto that board, or that board into those boards, and have them all standing up with nice base plate ready to go. So then I can just, use them for covert entry training. So now I have to measure all that, which again I think is measured once, cut twice, isn't it? And start screwing. Start screwing. No, not really. No. But anyway, I'll get stuck into that and I'll see you all. Right, so I've made one. I've drilled out all the stuff. I haven't used the jig yet because at the moment I am doing a combination lock. So I'm installing a Lockwood Digilock onto the first one I've made so that I can do a video on the bypass tool for these and to show you how, for practicing bypassing these covert entry, because these are quite common you come across. So I'm installing one of them on this mount just here that I've made. So I've just gave it a quick spray paint with some paint I had sitting in the shed that I completely bloody forgot about. So give it a quick spray, some purple, some matte black, and a little bit of chrome. Doesn't come out looking too bad. It'll be alright. Just cover up that wood look. They're going to get beaten around anyway. Probably going to get scratched. Paint off with a digital bypass. Stuff like that. But I'm going to install that on that one. Then I'm going to make one with, or two with deadbolt and knob set. And I'll probably install a lever handle set. I've got down there. I've got one of them available or free. So I might install one of them on the board as well. So they've got a couple of different. They've got kick in them. Well, got a kick cylinder in them and key and knob cylinder and a deadbolt all in one. So I might install that on one. So I've got 4 different setups. So Digilock, 2 basic house lock setup, and then the lever handle set. But sorry, I keep looking to see because the dog goes up, shadows up the front there. Wasn't sure if Dana's home yet. So yeah, something different, something all set up ready for covert entry training and stuff. So I'm going to test out the jig. We'll use that, see how it goes. I mean, I am cutting into pine. It's not really designed for that, to be honest with you. It's designed for a wood door, not really big chunk of pine. But we'll test it out. We'll test out the door jig and get it all going. So I'm going to finish another one while this is drying, and then I can install the Digilock on there and get that all going. So I'll see you all bloody soon. Alright, so I've just whacked another one together, and what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to install an old deadbolt, but I'm not actually going to put the latch mechanisms in. I'm just going to have these right pretty much in the middle. One of these, because I mean it's old, it's worn, it gives you a completely different feel and feedback when you're picking an older lock compared to a brand new lock, which is going to get installed on another one. So you get an old used lock and a new lock, so that people can tell the difference and still have that whole setup. That's what I mean. I'm going to have 2 with just deadbolts and knobs set up, and then a lever handle set. So I've got some of the different locks you'll come across. So I'm going to use this jig just here. So I picked this up for about $10, I think it was. Door lock installation kit. It was on sale in Mitre 10, and you literally just put it over your door that you want to cut into. Just going to use my hands here. You can adjust how wide it is. Set it nice and flush where you want it to go. Clamp it all into place by tightening that. And you are good to go. So you can actually adjust and tighten, then you can drill through here your latch hole, which we're not going to. We just want the perfect circle cut out for our deadbolt and handle to go through. So it actually isn't a bad jig to use for its price. It's not the best, but for what I'm using it for at the moment, it works really well. And I used it on a job the other week. It was actually for this handle set. It was too small to put a new one in, like the hole drilled out. So I had to bore it out, and I actually used this to bore it out, make it bigger. And it worked really well, kept everything nice and straight, and just worked. So let me get the drilling, set all that up, spray it all with paint, and then we can install some locks on it, and I'll get all... Right, I'm actually drilling outside so I don't get wood chips and sawdust bloody everywhere. So I thought I'd show you this. So we've got our jig set up right where I want it. I'm going to close that down. And then it'll hold it in place, make sure it's all level and flush like that. And now I've got exactly where I want to drill the hole. So now I'll take the saw that comes with, line everything up, and start drilling. So I'll drill this out so you just sitting here watching me do it. Alright, so I've got them all finished. So I did 4 of them, as I said, all up. I got the combination lock, which I've been trying the digi bypass tool. This, I cut a V in it because there's actually a straight bar in this one, to see if I can grip it, but for some reason I cannot bypass. I might be doing it wrong. The digi lock, so you can kind of see where I've been rubbing, where I've scratched at it. But yeah, I'm still covered in paint. But I've got digi lock, so that one has a latch on it. So as you can see, it works. Like that. So yeah, I've got turn this one around. All shiny chrome. So I got handle set on this one. So I kind of want part of the training and covert entry and stuff like that. Not all locks are perfectly straight and up and facing the right way, so they got to learn to pick different angles. So like this one's picking on the side, that's upside down. Can also demonstrate that under door tools, you know, the example saying about under door tools, how you can actually lock the interior so the exterior handle's locked, but if you pull down on the under door tool with it, automatically unlocks and you can open the door. So yeah, that's all set up, deadbolt down the bottom there. There's no latches on these ones, these are just mounted as they are so that people can pick and learn and stuff like that. And I've got the two, one with a knob on top and the deadbolt underneath. One over there I've got deadbolt on top, knob underneath. So it's a mix of old and new. So there's a new one on top, old one underneath, and then new one on top, old one underneath. So that, you know, people, not all locks are the same. You don't come across brand new locks out in the field. You come across old ones that have been used for a long time, and of course brand new ones. So you get a nice mix of everything. So they're all done. I'm actually really happy with the way they've come out. They're not too bad at all. So you can see like an old one, new one. You can learn how to pick, you know, every lock feels different. So they're all good, ready to go for in-person covert entry training. and some different locks come across. Now I've just got to clean up all of this and then head to bed because I've got work tomorrow. So anyway, there we go, all done. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Oh, excuse me, lasagna coming back to haunt me. So yeah, I don't know why the Digi lock bypass isn't working for some reason. She just doesn't want to yeah, for some reason putting the bypass in there doesn't work. So I'll have to work that one out. But anyway, have a good one. Keep it bloody legal. Until next time, don't forget to check out all the links in the description down below. Hit that thumbs up. Really do bloody appreciate it. And